Hello, Patreon friends, and welcome to Last Call of Cthulhu. I should have put ceremonial Tupperware on the.
That would have been a good one.
But you should just check out the Discord instead. For
There you go. Yeah,
Tupperware
Danny has already
graphic.
made the graphic. That's
Good job,
outstanding.
Danny.
That'll be a shirt no one will wear.
How do you even parse something? Like, you see someone walking down the street with that, and you're just like,
Wait, there's a brain? What?
What's ceremony?
No, you gotta have Abby normal underneath it.
So we just finished an
episode.
Yeah, that was something, man.
It was great.
Every time I think I've brought this group together, I tear them apart. It's the.
I asked before this, like, on a meta level, am I destroying everything? And I was just like, oh, eat the brains. Eat the brains.
I mean, unfortunately, there really wasn't another option that you could have taken with Eugene as you've been playing him.
Yeah.
I hate to use the term, it's what my character would do, but in your case, with what you were being offered.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and the thing was, the thing that I really enjoyed about this was that, there's a whole thing in the book about how the children of fear, that's how they sort of keep their edge, is that you eat the brain of the person and then that lets you know what they're doing. But they're human and they can't handle that much, so they don't get everything. And so the human children of fear always, they're not quite as powerful as the actual children of fear because they can't maintain, their feeble brains can't maintain everything.
I wonder what the actual...
So there's more than 4 children of fear. There's the actual children of fear, and then there's these copy things.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So no, we haven't taken anything off the board.
Hush you! Don't
Don't rain on your parade.
Don't harsh his mellow.
Nope.
So my question for you guys is, and I think, Thomas, you kind of started this, but do you feel like you're sort of, do you feel like you're kind of trying to find rationales to continue?
I think Dimitri's insane at this point.
Yeah.
Like, he's veering back and forth between, like, we're gonna save the world to why am I even here to, everywhere in between. Like, he's with 24 San, 20. Yeah.
Oh, that's just a number. Did you say he's insane?
Yeah.
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 But I mean, so I think that he's and if the group split, okay, we're done. It's over. But
Right.
The
world had a good run.
But it keeps coming, at least staying together.
Because we have to save the world.
With all the stuff.
Yeah. No, and that's exactly where Helen is at that point. She's, there's weird stuff, but these are all the people that we need to save the world. So yeah, she's gonna leaning into that right now. That's
Dimitri's
the only thing. Yeah. And I can see Dimitri, and so I'm gonna be starting to, so I can start pulling people back because that's kind of just where her head is at now.
Dimitri doesn't think that we're all needed for this thing.
Yeah. He's all, no.
No one, I mean, he's probably pretty despondent.
Honestly, at this point, Gwendolyn has the same but opposite problem. She is dreadfully, terribly sane. And is still,
Wow.
I'm at 89 sanity.
Yeah, wow. You got more than me.
Started with
She doesn't
80.
eat brains.
Well, that helps. I started with an 80 POW and thus an 80 sanity.
Mm-hmm.
So, I built this character to be the one doing rituals and reading the books and shit, and then everyone else decided to do that, so I was like, fine, I'll be the sane one in this group.
I passed you books before.
And I've read them. Some of them.
Yeah.
I started at 60 as well, and I've just been chewing through sand.
Well, you've been in the middle of a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, for Gwendolyn, she's nowhere near that idealistic. She's just like, this is a job that needs to get done, and we're probably all going to die in the process.
I imagine Dimitri is pretty much the Pablo Escobar meme of him, sitting on a swing, sitting on a bench, just doing nothing, just there.
I became a child of fear this episode and learned necromancy. And I say all at the same time.
And learn scrying.
That too, but I think necromancy has more behind it. The number that is my sanity, though, should not represent my sanity. I'll say that much.
The good news is what we just learned is that you are a disposable human children of fear.
I really like.
That's true, but we know that on the meta level.
Yeah.
I really like how 71% became like this. Like,
They're just like that number.
And you're like 91%. We're like,
What?
like I actually wrote down 71% because at some point you're gonna have to roll that 71%.
Or just to not betray. But I didn't need to roll that before, so I don't see why it comes up now.
None of this, of course, was in the book.
No, of course not.
Why? Why?
That's epic.
No,
that's
why?
awesome.
No. Ezra's comment to me as we went into break was, man, I should have just made him a child of fear. That would have been so much easier.
This game's too hard. This is the hardest game I've ever played.
But it's epic.
So was that your realization in the bathroom that he should have just been a child of fear all along?
I mean, there's still time for a reveal. We can. I mean, it checks out.
No, the realization, so when we go to break, I use the restroom, and I often think deep thoughts as I'm in
It's
the
like
restroom.
shower thoughts, but truncated.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I drink a lot of water. I drink. Oh!
Sorry.
Wait, have we ever had to have a content warning on the after show? Oh my god!
Oh.
I don't know what just got yelled at us, but I think it was a lot of obscenity.
Wow.
I said that's why it's called the After Dark. You don't have content warning. You can say whatever you want. It's behind a paywall.
That's where the drow live, right?
Yes. The after.
I think.
I apologize. Just went.
Don't.
No.
Don't.
No.
That was
That was
hilarious.
perfect.
No, I think my coming out of that was like I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the brain thing. Because before that, I was gonna have you. I was gonna have this be some sort of like alien kind of thing like that, and this was more interesting, I thought, and
so the
funner.
whole brain thing was after we came back.
So
from break?
actually, the brain eating thing, the brain on the table and stuff was the brain thing is in the book. It actually specifically talks about how the children of fear, that's how they last forever. It's they eat the brain of the person before them and they gain their powers and their knowledge. But
So that was a Children of Fear, like a proper. But there's a. Well, we don't know yet. We don't.
yeah, there was. It's weird that
I helped, is what I'm saying. I
No.
inadvertently helped.
I inadvertently helped. I mean, the
Boy,
whole
that could be the title.
That's totally
Every
everyone.
Incorrect, but
so
depends on your perspective.
taking a thumb poll of the table. Do you trust Tenzin?
yeah.
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 Of course
Wow.
you don't. You haven't trusted him since the beginning.
It's we had the talk earlier.
Yes.
Where it's like suppose. So here's the thing. I believe that my children are of enlightened / I don't know about divine origin,
But
but of
enlightened,
enlightened origin. There's something to it, and they are saying, and that's a very difficult thing to get past. Where it's, and then there's just this dread, I don't know, behind it, like. Since when do things go right? Like there's this.
He says eating a brain.
Yeah.
By the way, You
aside
took
from
the brain-
whole other
Right,
people,
right.
everyone, like that went really well.
you took the brain thing and ran with it. That was the most explicit brain eating, I think, is.
No, that was good.
My favorite
That was
though is
good.
when you thought it was a cake. You're like, I just want to.
Yeah, I know. You were gonna like
Yeah,
scoop out.
scooping it out.
Like if there was
Like
a
a
brain cake
sponge.
on TikTok or whatever.
Yes.
No, don't
It's
talk
all-
about actually, but like if you were, like,
It's all kind of connected, is the problem.
yeah, but it's also it'll come apart.
It's like
With a knife?
It's like
Yeah.
a bunt cake or
Yeah.
what is that?
Okay.
A monkey brain, monkey
God.
bread, or whatever.
Monkey
yeah.
bread. We can pull it
Tear
apart. Yeah.
pieces
Oh my
off.
God, oh my God.
Well, monkey's brain, a delicacy.
Chilled monkey brain.
I mean,
Asps.
No,
Renegades.
But there was a part of me that was like debating seriously, like that was on a precipice for a while, and then it was just like,
You did it. But
That was
no,
the
I think
best
it's good.
brain eating scene I've ever seen.
good.
Licking the table. You actually made Tenzin
went for
angry.
it. Went for it.
here's the because we talk about how I don't like the artificial like with the mirror thing. I'm like, but like the brain thing's gonna kind of stick. Like that's a thing where it's like.
What do you mean?
That's influence. Like it's to the point too where like if he gets another chance, like this kid gets those little rabbits, bring them back. He'll be like,
I wonder if this brain is as good.
this isn't even.
We've created a cannibal.
But there's a part of him that
brain.
is like it's this strong association with everything, the whole experience, where it's like to some extent that is burned into him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it expands and you're like, I wonder what other parts taste like.
No, I think if he gets a chance to try other brains, he'll be kind of like.
No,
I think we're serious.
Other parts. He was talking about other parts, not brains.
No, but it's not other parts.
Right,
And there's
he's only
something-
interested in the brain.
There's because like if you a friend was talking about back in the day, like they went on a religious-y sort of what's the thing where you go mission to Mexico and like you were eating cow brain tacos, like that's what they had, that's what you ate, and so but something along the lines of that, like I'll try. Yeah,
I've gained the cow's powers and knowledge.
no,
Just to stand around in a field for 16
I
hours.
now have
chewing
6
cud.
stomachs.
Yes.
no, more just the. I'm sure it'll be disappointing, but it'll be the like, this is ew, like gross.
Right.
But there will be something to like, he kind of.
You want the
wants-
rush.
Yeah.
Well, no, but like
Yeah.
it's like he can't get that experience again.
Yeah.
Just looking
So
for it.
eating
looking
the
for
brain
it.
is heroin.
But it won't be right, like because it
It's
had
never
a-
the same as the first
it had
time.
a
Or so I've heard.
Well, no, but the way the flavor was and how it was described, like there's no way. Brains don't work like that.
No, the brains are probably not delicious,
No.
I'm guessing.
No.
Or so I've heard.
I mean, for so I've heard, the reason it was cow brains is because like, this is what's inexpensive.
Right, yeah. This
For
is the
some
part
reason, no one wants to eat this.
Can't imagine.
Yeah, and I remember hearing about that. Like if I had to, I guess.
Well, this was a fun. I
was good.
really enjoyed this episode.
you.
There was a lot of good character stuff. I loved Gwendolyn like bodying a monk. This poor
guy.
And I was like, I started because Thomas joked like, is he a 5e monk? And then I was like, these guys don't fight.
Yeah.
You know,
But at
like
the same time, he's specifically the guard.
Yeah.
I mean, guard is a strong word. He's the guy who watches the room.
He's the guy who's disappointed in you if you get your.
Yeah.
I told you not to do that.
Oh, now you're gonna make me
But
sad.
like that was in Dimitri's like, I'm gonna go do this, and then with a little bit of resistance, like, why am I even bothering?
Yeah.
That's why he just gave up. He's
Yeah.
like, man.
But I love that moment where, and I was like, is this monk even gonna like? What would he do? Because he's not gonna like slap fight. There's not gonna be like. And he was probably more scared than anything.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm touching a woman. But
Worse, she's touching me.
yeah, that's right. Yeah. I knew good things were gonna happen when you were like, let's get up at 3 a.m. and search this holy monastery.
That's when the best decisions are made. I
Well,
found.
I told Tiana, I'm like, look, if during the break I was like, if you get up at 3 a.m. to search the monastery, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like that is just the rule. You can't. There's not gonna be a nope. You don't find anything. Go to bed.
Essentially, that was my house last night.
Getting up and searching for things at 3 a.m.
Unfortunately, he found Taco Bell.
No, Taco Bell found me at 3 a.m.
Did Taco Bell come and like lean through your window?
Much like the children of fear,
Thomas.
Taco Bell.
Thomas, I'm gonna sell you something.
Make a run for the
It
border.
was more about the Taco Bell's like, it's still, why is it still up in my esophagus?
Unfortunately, he gained all of Taco Bell's powers and knowledge.
Don't tell us what the meat is. The world is not ready.
The boxes do say grade D, so at least it's graded by the FDA.
At least.
That's slightly better than what I hear goes on to Navy ships. So,
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I lived on a Navy base for a year, and their advertisement was that they were like the best food on land. And then they were like, we give the good stuff to the ships. And I was like, really?
My sister was in the Navy, and I went and did a tiger cruise with her, which was basically, they offloaded the Marines at one port, and then guests who had been properly cleared could go on and be there for a few days and live with the rest of them. One of the sailors, or one of the people mentioned to me, man, we love having tigers on board. That's when they pull out the good food.
Nice.
Patreon friends, Patreons, thank you so much for all you do for Quests and Chaos. We could do this without you, but we don't want to.
Exactly.
We're so glad you're along for the ride, and
We could not do it in this space.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. There you go. We'd have fewer lights, you know.
The lights are owned by someone else. I mean, they're owned by my other company.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Thomas
Someone
runs
else.
several shell corporations. There's a
Find the lady, find the lady.
Quests and Chaos is actually money laundering. That's really why we're here. That's the.
I would not live where I live if I were laundering money.
NFTs is what you have, right?
I thought this was
a
gonna.
quarter from here.
I thought this was gonna turn into a. God, I wish I could launder money.
Yeah, I've seen half of Ozark. I don't need that.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. And, you know, you have to keep bills all around. You can't use banks. It's a whole
Yeah.
thing. Thank you very much, Patreon friends. We are getting punchy, so good night, Patreon friends.
Night.